Hello everyone, Aetherskull here. Just wanted to show you a game called Dungeon Defenders. It's a nice game. It's a calm game. It's a game about towers and hacking and or slashing and or firing magical bolts in monsters' faces whilst protecting crystals. Now, I have had this game for a long time. Very long time. And it's a pretty good game. I mean, it's got decent multiplayer and it's got a sizable community. And there's open and ranked when you go on multiplayer. Open allowing you to use like maps made by people on the Steam Workshop and mods and stuff. Basically, you can do anything you want on open. But ranked, it's moderated and you can only play the basic maps. And yeah. So this one I usually play just because it ensures your game isn't just filled with hackers. And you can actually access all the games in here. You don't need like a mod or a map or anything. So I'm gonna go into ranked now. And it comes up with like the patch notes. You can access them at the start of the screen, and Done Death Digest, which basically gives you like the newest news about the game. And it's been going pretty well. It's already reached its 1 year mark a couple of months ago. Now, as you can see, I have quite a few heroes. Some higher level, some lower level. Yeah. Now, the max level on this game at the moment is level 100. I think the initial max level was 70 or 74, if I remember correctly. But they added more. They let you get to higher levels as they added DLC called Eternia Shards. And the final one finally raised the cap to 100. So, yeah. Now, I'm gonna actually start from the beginning here. I suppose I'm not actually playing as him. Or him. Or her. At the moment. I'm gonna create a new hero. Yeah, so basically there's this narrator guy who gives a description for each of the classes. Now it's never actually stated how old exactly everyone in this is. Which is why it creeps me out a bit when he says the sleek and slender huntress. Squire there, with a sword. Oh, squires can also equip shields. They have an extra slot for shields. The huntress. Bows, of course. Crossbows. All that sort of thing. Actually, I'm not too sure if she even has a normal bow. No, she doesn't. And the monk, of course. Him here. He uses auras. Alright, I didn't actually explain. Okay. Apprentice. He shoots magical bolts from his staff and he can do an AoE attack which pushes monsters back. And then he builds magical towers that shoot magical bolts. Like, there's basic magical bolt thing, then there's like a fire tower, and a lightning tower, and I forgot the other one, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, magical towers. Oh yeah, he's got magical blockades, like little magical walls, but they're like the only defensive one he has. I think they also remove a creature's elemental. We'll get into that later. Okay, let's Squire, he uses barricades a lot, basically. His only real non-barricadey thing is the harpoon tower, which pierces all the enemies, and it's still used like quite a lot now in an awful lot of builds. Whereas the apprentices, you're seeing less and less of apprentices and their towers, unfortunately. The Huntress lays traps as well as shooting with range attacks, so it's quite good. Monk uses auras, and he can use melee attacks with his polearm or stave or whatever, as well as using ranged attacks. But yeah. Also, the descriptions here are inaccurate, actually, because they can avenge the death of his master. But you actually have to save his master in Eternia shards because he's alive. So yeah. Jester is a DLC character. They can use any weapon, and they've got abilities like she can move towers. That's one. And Boy Fortuna, basically you spin a wheel and it comes up with random effect. Well, not a random effect. You spin a wheel and you have to match like symbols together. Depending on the combination, you get a different effect. Summoner, he summons stuff, obviously. Summons basic crystal versions of enemies. And he can equip 2 pets rather than the 1. And Series EV can... within the depths of Sky City, it's above, like, whatever. But Series EV can place beams and reflection beams. I think one is called proton beam that shocks things that pass through. She can boost towers with the beams, and it like costs a different amount of defense units depending on the size. Barbarian, he doesn't have any towers. He can just build 2 like squire weapons and just slice them up. It's very good, really. For DPS. Obviously you will need other people as well with a barbarian. Can't just play as him. Now these are the female, well, gender swapped counterparts to each of the initial hero classes. They were like the first class DLC. The only way in which they are actually different is that they're faster and have less health if they're female, and have more health and are faster if they have more health, and are slower if they're male, and they have different abilities. So that the adept can like insta kill the skeletons and undead and stuff, and can instantly upgrade towers, whereas the apprentice can use an ability called overcharge, which makes him repair, upgrade, all those things faster, and mana bomb, which is just a giant ball of damage basically around him. So yeah. Oh, enemy drain. Right. Because basically the monk has hero boost, which boosts him and nearby allies, and tower boost, which boosts all nearby towers, whereas she can drain enemies, debuffing them all, and boost towers near allies. Ranger has an invisibility field, allowing him to cloak nearby allies and defences as well as himself, as opposed to the Huntress, which can just use invisibility and move around anywhere undetected by enemies. And he has piercing spread shot rather than piercing shot. Piercing shot shoots a straight arrow, whereas piercing spread shot shoots, I think it's a bit shorter of a range, but it shoots like multiple projectiles. And the Countess has Joust, which basically means she charges forward, pushing everyone back, cutting them up, you know. And Call to Arms, which increases movement speed and damage and attack speed for all nearby allies and herself. And the Squire has Blood Rage, which only increases his like movement speed and attack. And jeez, what's his other ability? I've forgotten now. Sorry. His other ability. Oh, whatever. We're going to be playing a Squire anyway. This first level here. Let's have him. Oh yeah, you can unlock costumes for getting like certain achievements. So this pirate you unlocked through completing. Is that Halloween Spectacular? No, that's Halloween Spectacular. So how did you unlock the pirate? I forgot now. Thanksgiving event, of course. Christmas event. Miss Santa, you know. Pants for Valentine's Day. So it actually wears, you know, his armour down there. Mitt Romney. Bunny from collecting eggs on Easter, which don't drop anymore. Tycho from Penny Arcade. They did a Penny Arcade character pack, which gave a costume to each of the initial classes. Legendary Knight. Get that from completing the last mission on Eternia Shards. And Super Legendary Knight from completing on Nightmare Hardcore. Now personally I think the regular Knight looks better. It's just what I feel. So yeah, we're going to be playing as a Squire. Let's just go for the... Oh yeah, I can adjust RGB here to get him different colours. Let's have him be a green knight actually. Kind of like a much deeper red. Much deeper red? Much deeper green. That's his trim. You know, let's bring this... It's a weaker green. Yeah, there we go. And the accessory colour. Oh yeah, that's his plume. So that's purple. Duncan. Oh yeah, as a set, like group of names for each class. So, yeah. Abner, Lucan, Atlas, Lancelot, Hugoos, Aggro, Lamarak. Let's go with Lamarak. Start. Gonna have a private match, don't want anyone joining. Creating game. Now your initial level up. Just get some defense health. So we don't fail the first wave here. I'm gonna go into the first level. Oh my. D for well. Easy. If you want hardcore... On hardcore you basically, if you die for good. Well, until the next wave. So you can't like respawn and protect it in emergency. So let's just go for easy hardcore. See if we can succeed. Oh bloody hell, I forgot to level up.
Etheria was once a land of living legends. Long ago, brave warriors across the realm stood together against an immortal evil known as the Old Ones. In the wake of this struggle, the champions locked away the power of the Old Ones inside Eternia crystals. Recently, the realm's heroes, called to a faraway crusade, have left their younger kin to tend the castle and its chores. Bored with their dreary duties, and imagining action and adventure, the pupils accidentally unleash an ancient force that has long been dormant. Now these heroes in training will have to grow up Together they will defend the Eternia crystals against those who would seek to resurrect the ancient evils.
Yeah, so basically you smash that tiny crystal and that many get out. Like an entire blooming army. Just from that one little crystal. And you have basically have to protect these big crystals, because if they're smashed, the world is being doomed, basically. It'll be all your fault, because you're terrible people. Okay, now at the start I can only summon Spike's blockades. The Squire. Ah yes, that's his other ability. It's like a whirling slash thing. Basically you spin around and hit all the enemies around you. Yeah. Yeah, I think the Squire has like the lowest, is just like the slowest character in the game. Moves really slowly. It's just, yeah, it's a bit annoying. Probably should play as the Countess if I didn't want to be annoyed by this. Now what else do we even place? Because I've got barriers there. I want to. Oh god, I fell off. Oh yeah, they run only defences up here because they start coming through here. So let's place one. Will that defend? No, it'll defend. There we go. Place one there. Which thing's gonna get that one more box there? Ah. Just walk over here. Da 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 da. Let's put one down here. Okay. Now when you're ready to start a round, just press G. Or walk up to the crystal and press E. It starts and the monsters start coming out. Creatures that are like on fire or have poisonous gas clouds or electric-y, stuff like that, they basically have elemental resistances, meaning like defenses that use that element to deal damage basically do no damage of that element. And same goes for if you have like a flaming sword or whatever, it just won't do damage. So, oh, his equipment is better than nothing, as is that. It's just try not to dilly-dally. So I'm not too sure what to do here because let's just have another blockade for now. Can replace it later. Just don't really need any mana. It's not like I can just put it all into it. I need to place anything. It's not like I can just. Ooh, that's better. So, oh, this store's tinier though. Oh. But yeah. Usually you can upgrade defenses, but at the start you have too low of a like mana pool to even upgrade. All you can do is like just keep it for defenses. Start. Okay, let's start now. And the remaining mana will just be added to my bank. Not that it's an awful lot to me at the moment. Oh no! I hit my barrier. Sea orcs haven't even started coming yet. I'm taking damage. Ah yes. One of the main things about squires and countesses is that they can actually block. Like, and shield themselves from a certain amount of damage by holding down the right mouse button. So you can just prevent any damage whatsoever. if you have 100% block bonus on a sword. Or these shields don't contribute because they were added afterwards, because they're something called, oh bloody hell, accent press G, because they're something called accessories basically, which usually don't offer too great stat boosts. They usually offer very small stat boosts that don't really matter. I mean, they're mainly there for cosmetics, to be honest. Some don't even have any stat bonuses. Oh, I don't have any shoes yet. Okay. And there are masks, brooches, and masks, brooches, and what am I forgetting here? Something really obvious. Bracers, yes. And for the squire, there's also shields. That one's better than mine. Okay. Let's level up to 2. And increase my defense's damage and health. Because pretty much in this game now, you don't want to be like even considering going hybrid and putting some points into towers and some into hero stats, because you just won't be good enough for the higher levels. You will need like a DPS hero and a building hero, or you will need like a dedicated group of friends to play it with, where one of you builds and one of you like DPSs. But basically hybriding is just not actually like viable to do. It's a very bad thing to do, because you won't get much done. Okay, I think I'm gonna put up some, like a second lot of barriers here, just in case they do break through, which is possible. Okay, gonna put a second barrier up here as well. I just need a second barrier over there. Orcs are coming through now. Orcs are pretty straightforward. They just walk forward and attack defences, and they can get distracted rather easily. About as easy as goblins. Basically, they're just beefier goblins in this. What you can imagine them as. I'm not too sure if any of like the interesting enemy types actually get introduced in the first level. I know for a fact wyverns don't, which are basically flying units, meaning you pretty much need ranged towers, or at least a ranged DPS hero, to actually clear levels. Meaning again, like, the barbarian just isn't feasible to play by himself, and nor is the monk really, because the only thing they have that could possibly hit wyverns is, possibly hurt wyverns, is electricity auras, which only work if they fly really close to the ground, and on harder levels the wyverns will probably be strong enough to resist for quite a while. They'll just get through. So yeah, there's that. Okay, let's grab the sword. Is it actually better? Is this one better? This one has more upgrade levels. This one's actually better. How about this one? 12 upgrade levels. This one's probably... oh, that was apparently the best. I'll just go with that. And upgrading. Oh, you need to be in the forge. Okay, I'll show you upgrading. Oh, got repair actually. Repairing is very important, so they do not break through. Because there is the slight possibility that something might actually break through and destroy your crystal, and that would be bad. As you can see, I have some very pricey things in my box. I didn't mean to go into there. Sorry. Hero info. Pro mode means basically you can invest without repeatedly clicking invest all then one, invest all then one. Let's go for just increasing loads of melee damage. And then you get to name them when you max the upgrade levels out on an item. Let's go back, close, and I'm ready. You know, if I should have probably, oh I didn't, oh no I didn't repair them all. I'll repair this one at least. Yeah. Got at least repair them. Sucker's gonna die. La la la. Oh, I actually have bouncing blockades. I didn't notice that. I have them now. It's too late now. It's like actually in the wave. Actually, no, it's not too late. I can still show you it if I build it fast enough. There we go. Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. Ah, that was very close. Actually, if this orc doesn't die, I'll show you bouncing blockades. Okay. Might actually be able to. Actually, I suppose I could just sell that barrier. Just handle these guys for now. Equip these. I'll sell this to show you what bouncing blockades do. If he gets too close, shoves him away. And it does it in a 360 area. So all around it gets shoved away. Which is very useful for tight corridors when you've got like a harpoon tower behind them, because it will just push them back and mean they can't damage the bounce blockade. Unless they absolutely swarm it, which is possible. Should go for defense health. And circular slice is now available. So yeah, it's been me. My feet aren't. Okay, well, that's been me, Aetherskull, trying to show you Dungeon Defenders. Of course, it's a lot more fun when you've got a party of like 4 people to play with. I just want to show you how good this game is. I didn't really illustrate it very well, did I? Given it's only first level, it's not very exciting. But I guess I could do future videos. Anyway, thank you for watching, and